Hello and welcome to today's Gracie's Dreams workshop. Today we are going to make some rainbow wing catchers. So I have one made here with a paper plate and one made from paper. So for today's workshop, to make these wing catchers, you are going to need a paper plate or an A4 piece of paper. You are going to need a pencil, some glue, a pair of scissors, some string and some coloured paper. But you can also colour in the paper yourself. You can ask your play specialist to get these things for you. So while we're waiting, we're going to start with today's story. And today's story is called The World Made a Rainbow. Because that's what we're going to do today. All of the world had to stay home today. I wish that it didn't. I wanted to play. I missed everybody, my grandma, my friends. My mum said you'll see them once everything mends. Let's paint a big rainbow to put on display. When people pass by it and see it, they'll say, all rainstorms must end, and this rainstorm will too. And they'll feel a bit happier, all thanks to you. So we dig out the paint pots. I love making art. We've got lots of red, so I make a good start. But red makes me think of all the chairs in my class. Mum gives me cuddles. This rainstorm will pass. I can't reach the orange, but Mum has to work, and Dad's with my brother, who's going berserk. I'll start on the yellow, it's bright like the sun. I splodge it around with the red, it's good fun. I've made my own orange. She's made her own orange. But I can't make green, I need blue for that, and the blue pot's wiped clean. I start to feel lonely, I start to feel sad. Then, how about old bits of cardboard, says Dad. He cuts and I stick, and my brother helps too. We have to mix flour and water for glue. It looks really good. Like the ocean, says Mum, and all the adventures we've still got to come. And look, they are riding on a boat. The seaside, the city, the forest, the park. This is the seaside, the city, the forest and the park. The light couldn't shine if it never knew dark. And rainbows can't colour the world without rain. So we get back to work on my rainbow again. I've never been quite sure what indigo's like. Dad laughs, indigo, like your first bike? And they dig out a memory box I've never seen, packed with mementos from places we've seen. I shout indigo as I spot my mum's jeans. Well, I can't cut them out, so we use magazines. Then Dad takes a snapshot for Gran and I say, memories are good, we'll make more every day. My rainbow looks great. There's just Violet to go, and look, she's sliding down her rainbow. Whee! Like a slide in the park. We walk to see hers, and she walks to see mine. We wave to each other, and really it's fine. Not perfect, but neither's my rainbow, so what I'm perfectly happy with, all that I've got. Violet, my parents, my brother, my friends. and we'll still have each other when this rainstorm ends. And there's everyone playing underneath the rainbow. And that is the end of our rainbow book. So I've got my rainbow colours. So I saw red and orange and yellow and green and blue and violet. These are the colours that I'm going to use on my rainbow. And we are going to start now. So if you are going to do your rainbow on paper, you don't need the scissors yet. You can draw your rainbow on the paper. But if you're going to do it on the plate, this is how I'm going to do mine today. First of all, you are going to need the scissors. So for the scissors, I'm going to cut my plate in half. Please ask an adult to do this, because it can get a bit tricky to cut it in half. So I'm going to cut, 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 cut. Now I've cut it in half. I have my first part of my rainbow. So I am going to start with the red. I'm going to colour it in all red for my rainbow. And there's all my red going. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. What colour does red make you think of? The colour red makes me think of hearts. So when I draw hearts, I always colour them in red. What do you think of when you think of the colour red? Do you think of hearts like me, or do you think of something else? So you can think of this fork and put it into your rainbow. So my red is going to represent hearts for me, because that's what I think of when I think of the colour red. So this is the heart of my rainbow. There we go. So this is me putting in my heart. So my love to my rainbow. That's another thing I think of when I think of red. I think of love. So this is my love part of my rainbow. The bit that hugs around the outside to keep all the other colours nice and warm and looked after. So my next colour that I'm going to use is orange. So, what do you think of when you think of the colour orange? I think of the actual fruit that's orange. I find that really yummy. It's one of my favourites. I also think of slime. I like slime and I like orange slime. So that's another thing that I think of when I think of orange. And I also think of pumpkins. I like pumpkins. So that's another thing I think of when I think of the colour orange. So I'm colouring my orange in now. Nice and colourful orange. And while I'm colouring this, I'm thinking of my favourite fruit, orange. I'm thinking of pumpkins, and I'm thinking of slime, because slime is fun. Okay, and the next colour I am going to go on to is yellow. Now, what do you think of when you think of the colour yellow? For me, I think of the sun, because the sun is nice and bright and yellow. It's a very warm colour. I also think of sand at the beach, and that's the colour I would colour in my sand if I was colouring in sand. So this part of my rainbow is my part of the sun and sand. So they're my happy thoughts that are going in to this colour of the rainbow. And then once you have finished your rainbow, it should look something like this. And what colours would you think of while you're doing green? I would think of trees, because I like trees and grass and the outside and forests. I would also think of kiwi, because I also like kiwi. And what would you think of when you do your blue? So the blue for me, I would think of the sky, and I would think of the sea, and I love the sea, so I would think of the sea. And what would you think of with violet? So violet is my favourite colour. I think of my superhero cape when I think of violet. So once you have done that, you will then cut some of your paper, your coloured paper or tissue paper, or you can colour in paper to make the colours for this part. And once you've cut them, you'll cut them into little strips like this. So I have cut mine into little strips. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to start with the red. I'm going to get my glue, and then I'm going to stick it onto the back of my rainbow. So, like that. And I will do the same with the other side. I will stick it onto my rainbow, like I have there. So now I've done my red, so the next colour I'm going to go on to is my orange. And then I get my orange, and I'll stick my orange on. There's my orange stuck on. And then I am going to stick on the other bit of orange to my other side. And then I'm going to move on to yellow. So this is me putting my sun feeling on, and my feeling of sand will be the other one over here. Sand, just like at the seaside. Now I'm going to put my green on. So my green, for me, it represents forests and trees and grass and kiwi, because I really like kiwi. And then I am going to put my blue on. Now my blue for me represents the wiggly waves in the sea, so the seaside, and it represents the sky. When the sky's that lovely blue with all those lovely fluffy white clouds, I like to stop and I like to look at it, and I like to watch the clouds moving, because that can be pretty fun, and they make all these lovely pictures. And now I am doing my orange, my violet. So my violet is my favourite colour, and that is also the colour of my superhero. So now this is what my rainbow looks like. Now we just have to do the finishing touches. So you get a pencil, and you can ask an adult to help with this, and then with my pencil I'll make a little hole at the top, like that. Now I've made a little hole at the top right here for me to put my string through. So now I'm going to put my string, get my string and put it through. This bit can be a little bit wiggly and tough. So put my string through. Sometimes you can use your pencil to help you get it through. But I have wiggly tough string. There we go. And once you've done that, you're going to tie off it at the top, like that. And now I have made my rainbow wind catcher. I hope you have had loads of fun making your rainbow wind catchers with me today. And you can hang these up in your rooms or at the top of your beds. They're really cool for hanging. And we can see the wind going through them. So I hope you've had loads of fun. And I look forward to you coming to see our next video. And well done. Absolutely well done, because it's been really fun and it's been a little bit tough making this because it's been a bit wiggly with the rainbows. So well done. You all deserve a pat on the back and I will see you next time.